The Emerald Coast, Florida is not for everybody. We're gonna put this box down. I'm gonna go through these questions and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Your job is to see if you can handle these. Number one is storms and rain. Okay, so this actually makes a lot of people not want to move to Florida because everybody's scared of hurricanes. And yes, they are scary. They're a terrible thing that happens naturally. And rest assured, if you live here in this area, soon enough you will experience one. Back in 2018, we had a huge storm come through. That was Hurricane Michael. Now, when Hurricane Michael came through, it hit Panama City, the city especially hard. West Panama City Beach only had their lights go out for a little bit, and 30A seemed to escape the storm relatively unscathed. However, I have friends that were in Panama City Beach, and they have horror stories about being caught in the storm. The effects on Panama City itself was absolutely devastating. In fact, we're still now just recovering from that storm in Panama City. So how likely is it that another storm is going to come through? Well, it's pretty likely that eventually another big storm will come through. We just don't know when. The best thing you can do is have a hurricane emergency kit ready to go. Some of the items you want to have in this hurricane emergency kit, of course, flashlights, liquids, batteries. FEMA says get 1 gallon of water per person for 7 days, food enough for 7 days, and of course have a first aid kit. The key here is if it's a Cat 3 category or higher, you want to go ahead and seek shelter and get the heck out of Dodge. Ooh, nobody likes hurricanes. You know what else I don't like? I don't like it when you don't like and subscribe to the channel. Also, when you don't comment below. Comment below, tell me what it is you want to see on this channel, and I promise you I'll make a video about it. And don't forget, if you're looking at buy or sell or invest here in the Emerald Coast, I'd love to chat with you anytime. We get phone calls all the time. We love it. 901-230-0865. That's my phone number. Love talking real estate. Or you can email me, john@rubyredmedia.com. Talk to you soon. Back to the box. Reason number 2 you might want to think about moving to the Emerald Coast. Wildlife. Is that right? Oh, there we go. Wildlife. And it's wild, man. In my subdivision of Whisper Dunes, we have bear alerts all the time. They actually put bear alerts on our HOA page, letting us know that we have to keep our garbage cans inside our houses until it's actual garbage day, because if we leave the garbage out there, the bears are attracted to it, they get into it. Also, another thing to look out for is coyotes. Now, if you have small pets or anything like that, definitely be on the lookout. Just be aware that living so close to the forest and having so many national parks around, there is a ton of wildlife, and yes, there are bears. Are they aggressive? No, not really. Can they get into some mischief? Yes. And of course, you want to watch small children around these animals. The number 3 reason why you shouldn't move to the Emerald Coast. Unsightly storage businesses. Look, this is the problem. When people move to Panama City Beach, to 30A, we're used to moving from up north. I came from a 3,000 square foot house. Our new house is only 1,500 square feet. Now, when you do that, you have the tendency to bring too much stuff. This is the reason why you see all of these storage facilities all over 98. I mean, seriously, that is the booming business. I guess maybe I should look into getting into the storage business as it's on and popping. A lot of people bring too much stuff. They don't realize that you don't have attics here normally, and you also don't have basements, which if you came from up north, you're used to having basements. In the Emerald Coast, you're not gonna find that. So just be aware when you move here to get rid of more stuff than you think necessary, because chances are you're probably going to be going to one of these storage facilities and housing more of your stuff. The number 4 reason why you don't want to move to the Emerald Coast. Dun dun dun! Jellyfish. Yes, jellyfish are mortal enemy. And this summer we experienced quite a bit of jellyfish activity. This mostly started around August, and that's usually the time of year that they'll move in. There's no timetable to say when the jellyfish will be here. Just know that they will be. One of the jellies you'll see a lot are the moon jellyfish here, and they are prominent. Now, the good news is these guys really don't pose much threat to humans, but they can leave a bit of a sting, so it's best to steer clear from them. Now, a lot of the times there'll be a lot of those on the beach. I usually just swim through them, don't have a problem. These guys, however, can be a huge problem. Pink meanies, ouch! You don't want to run into one of these guys. These guys actually feed off the moon jellyfish, and they weren't discovered here in our region until around 2000, but beware, if you see pink, swim the other way. Now, the Portuguese man o' war is one you definitely have to look out for. I myself haven't seen one of those, but the sting from this thing is incredible. In fact, it can be deadly to some folks. Be sure you check out the flags. The flag systems will let you know if there's a lot of jellyfish in the area. If you see purple, no, it's not sharks. It could be, but most of the time it's jellyfish, and these are the guys you want to look out for. And the fifth reason why you don't want to move to the Emerald Coast is sticker shock. When I tell you folks it's a little bit more expensive here than other places, I am not lying. We came from Memphis, Tennessee, and the very first time we stepped foot into a Publix, we were so excited because everything was so clean and so beautiful. The carts rolled just so nice, kind of like the ones at Target. But you know what? With nice carts come high prices. Publix is generally a pretty expensive place to shop at. Be expecting to spend around $4.60 for a gallon of milk. Now, the one set off that you could do to that is go to Walmart. If you go to Walmart, the prices for groceries there are typically a little bit cheaper, probably a little bit more expensive than when you go further in mainland. But the problem is there is all the tourists during tourist season. If you are even thinking about going to the grocery store on a Saturday, forget about it, because everybody's coming and leaving on Saturday. Do not make the mistake and show up at Walmart on a Saturday. You will be there forever, and it is a maze to get through. Also, generally speaking, the food is just more expensive, okay? So if you're in 30A and you're looking to have lunch someplace close to the beach, Seaside Pickles is a great place. Just be aware, for a burger and french fries for 2 people and a soft drink, you're going to be spending in the neighborhood of $50 to $60. So definitely not cheap to live here. Be forewarned of that when you come to the Emerald Coast. All right, we're halfway through. That was 5 reasons why you shouldn't move to the Emerald Coast. If you can think of any other reasons, feel free to comment down below. I'd love to hear your reasons on why you think it's difficult. Maybe that will give me help in creating more content for everybody else so they can see what the pluses and minuses are of moving to the Emerald Coast. And while you're at it, please give us a like, hit that like button, and also subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate it. All right, folks, we are burning through these. It's now time for the 6th reason why you shouldn't move to the Emerald Coast. And you have to pick your trash company here. I'm not really sure why, but they made us choose. And I'm not really going to get into far of this because I don't understand it, and I'd rather just pay somebody to do it. We decided to go with Nate's. There are several different options you can choose while living here in Florida. Here it is, Nate's Sanitation Service. This is who we're using, and the only reason why we really picked this is because our owner before us said that she used them. Hey, they seem fine. They pick up on Tuesdays and Fridays in our neighborhood. A lot of people also use Waste Pro. I'm not sure what the difference in prices are on these guys, but you can definitely do the research yourself. It seems like they have the same pickup days, Tuesdays and Fridays in our neighborhood. Not sure why you have to choose, but hey, there you go. There's your options. And the 7th reason why you should move to the Emerald Coast is sand is everywhere. Now, that might go without explanation, but believe it or not, guys, you are going to have sand all over your house, all over your cars. And if you don't like going to the beach, please don't move here. We do have the most pretty sugar white sand in all of the nation. The beaches are absolutely incredible. That's why we decided to move to the Emerald Coast. We just could not beat the beautiful beaches. We tried St. Pete thinking we might move there. Sorry, St. Pete, your beaches just don't add up. The problem with the sugary white sand is it gets absolutely everywhere. The floorboard of your car, we have 2 young daughters. It'll be all over their car seats. You know, just expect to be vacuuming quite frequently. Also, it gets all over your house. It doesn't matter how much you spray down before you go in the house, you're always gonna have sand. It's gonna be a constant uphill battle with it, but it's something you have to get used to living on the Emerald Coast. And you know what? The payoff to hang out at the beach anytime you want. One of my favorite things to do is cook dinner and then head out to the beach to watch the sunset. A very small price to pay for a slice of heaven. The 8th reason why you should consider not moving to the Emerald Coast is, well, that one's blank. Number 8 reason why you should think about moving to the Emerald Coast is, oh, this is a big one, car insurance. Guys, the car insurance here is going to give you absolute sticker shock. Now, when we moved from Tennessee, we were paying approximately $250 a month for both of our vehicles. We have a brand new Ford Bronco, and we also have a Suburban, a 2016 Suburban. Paid about $250 here, was shocked when I got the quote from my insurance agent, and he said it's gonna be $2,400 every 6 months. My goodness, was that something to get used to. So we went from $250 to a little bit over $400 per month for both of our vehicles. The reason being, apparently there's a lot of crime down in South Florida involving cars. We kind of pay the price for that in the Panhandle of Tennessee. So just be aware, you're gonna have a bit of sticker shock when you go down to the DMV and those nice people tell you, oh, you have to give us proof of insurance, and you call an insurance agent. They're gonna give you a quote that's gonna make your head spin. I actually talked to one of my good buddies who's an insurance agent here in Tennessee about it. He was like, John, that's just the price of business in Florida. That's how they get you. So just be prepared. Those car insurance rates are pretty high. All right, the next reason why you should consider not moving to our neck of the woods, traffic and construction. My goodness, folks. This time of the year, we're in winter right now, so it's all construction. They're getting the roads all ready for the summertime. You do have to deal with construction this time of year, but the traffic during the summer can be unbearable at times. There are different ways you can get around town to try and divert that traffic, but really no matter how you cut it, if you're going from the west side of Panama City Beach to the east side of Panama City Beach, be looking at an hour. That's just what it's going to be. Now, if you're in Destin, Destin traffic can be a nightmare. Just be prepared to be spending a little bit more time in the car than you probably expect. But the good news is it's a slower pace of life here at the beach. Just take it and roll with it. Know that you're gonna be in the car for a good amount of time, especially if you're traveling to and from places, and get a good podcast set up if you live here.
Speaking of podcasts, what podcasts do you like listening to? My favorite, Ed Milet. I'm just gonna tell you, if you've never listened to Ed Milet before, listen to him, it'll change your life. There, I'm done. Speaking of life-changing events, if you're planning on moving to the Emerald Coast anytime in the near future, me and my team would love to help. 901-230-0865, that's my personal phone number, or you can reach me at john@rubyredmedia.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Back to the box.
All right, here it is, the 10th reason why you should consider not moving to the Emerald Coast. Oh boy, HOAs. Now, folks, I never really had to deal with HOAs before. Every place that I've lived at, we didn't have an HOA, but the HOAs here are, well, I hope my HOA is not listening. They can be a bit of sticklers. So for our residents in Whisper Dunes, we pay $400 a month for HOA. A small price to pay to have a beautiful pool and never have to worry about yard work as far as I'm concerned. But they can go quite high. In fact, if you're in a condominium oceanfront, be looking to spend anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. That's not anything not normal. But the good news is if you're looking to move into a condo, you're probably gonna be doing it as a short-term rental, and those costs will offset during the summertime. Now also be aware with the condo destruction in Florida that happened, it's just so terrible, that incident. There are a lot of new restrictions being placed on condo units. So what does this mean for you as a consumer? This means as a condo owner, you might be getting hit with special assessments. Now, as a condo owner, be aware anything over 3 stories now, a structural engineer has to come in, an architect has to come in. They have to check out how safe the building is. Now that costs some money to the HOA. It comes out from somebody, it's gonna come out from the owners. So be aware that's the case. Now, if they find something wrong with the building, and sometimes they do, this could be a big bill coming your way. Be very aware of that when buying a condo unit, and make sure you check out the HOA's ledgers. Make sure that they're not in the hole. If you would like a list of condo units that we absolutely love in our area, please send us a message. We'd be happy to give you a list of the ones that we think are great and some of the ones we think are not so great. And if you'd like to see those condos listed on the ones that we think are awesome and the ones that we think are not so great, comment in the comments below. All right, here we are, folks. We are down to the last 3. It is the last 3. Oh my goodness, we're almost through here. What reason why you should not move to our area of the world? Bugs and mosquitoes. Now, this goes without saying, folks. You're at the beach. It doesn't freeze very often here. We get lots of bugs. And there's national parks everywhere close to us. There's sea life. These bugs can come in. Now, the good news is on the coast, it will generally keep the bugs away if the prevailing winds are coming in from the south. If they come in from the north, you got to worry about some bug action here, and I'm going to tell you some of the bugs you need to be looking out for. Oh, there they are, folks, the biting flies of Florida, the no-see-ums. They are just terrible things. I hate the no-see-ums. Yellow flies also, and black fries, probably the worst because you can see these guys coming a mile away and then they just take a chunk out of you. I don't know if they're actually eating you or what the deal is there, but they're not pleasant and we don't like them. Some things that you can do to make sure that they aren't attacking you all the time. What my family and I have found works the best is one of these Thermacells, MR300 portable mosquito repeller. You can use this guy. Now you have to wear it around your neck or wear it close to your body, throw it on your chair while you're out at the beach. But hey, look, you can get one of these for 20 bucks and generally this will keep a lot of the mosquitoes away and some of those biting flies. Now for the biting flies, I've seen that a lot of people come up with some different remedies on here, and this is a great group to be a part of, Everything Panama City Beach. And it will give you a big list of things that you can use to possibly get rid of these biting flies. Now, a lot of folks say that this Australian Gold Instant Bronzer Lotion or Spray is the key to keeping them off. I have not tried that. Also, another remedy is this cactus juice. It's a fly spray from Ace Hardware. Also, there's this awesome place called the Carousel that's on the beach over in West Panama City Beach, and you can find a lot of locations like this. They'll have some like local remedies that you can see right there at the checkout. I haven't tried any of those yet, but just another way you could possibly fight the bugs. All right, here we go. We are down to the last 2 reasons why you should not move to the Emerald Coast. Here we go. Number 2 is terrible drivers. Sorry if this applies to you. Luckily, most of the people that live in our fine cities are pretty good drivers. I've seen a lot of very courteous driving. Don't forget, when you're at the crosswalks and you see those crosswalks blinking or somebody trying to cross the street, you have to stop. It is Florida law. You have to stop. If they see you not stop, they will pull you over and give you a hefty ticket. Now, during tourist season, we see some pretty crazy things happen. We remind everyone to please not drink and drive. We realize it's Florida and people get a little nutty, but don't drink and drive. I've seen just some incredibly dumb things that some tourists do, such as riding a golf cart on 98. That is a big no-no. Do not ride a golf cart on 98. People die that way. We do not want to see you dead when you come visit. Also, I've seen it to where it's been traffic congested and people will just run over the median. Folks, this is not the way to conduct yourself. I know this is the way you might drive at other places, but please do not drive like that here. We all try and take care of everybody in our Emerald Coast, and the fact of the matter is the roads can be very dangerous, especially 98, so please use caution. Try to stick to the speed limit. Going 75 is not appreciated by anyone. I mean, you're at the beach. Calm down, relax, have a good time. All right, here it is, the last reason why you should not move to the Emerald Coast, and it is, this could be a good thing. Events all the time. Yes, there are events here all the time. In October in Panama City Beach, there's so much to do there. The first week we had the big Renaissance Festival with the pirates, and man, did my girls enjoy that. That was so much fun getting to hang out with mermaids and pirates all day. The second week we had the Oktoberfest, the beer extravaganza, and just a great group of people in Panama City Beach. It's so much fun to hang out with those folks. The third week, we had the Ironman. So let's go ahead and look at some of the stuff they have at the Ironman. This is the 2023 course. Now, they'll shut down a lot of the roads because of the folks that are biking and running. Just to give you an idea of what the course looks like, this is what they do. They swim. Oh my goodness, look, this is the pier. Look how far the pier, and if you've ever been on the pier here at Panama City Beach, that is a big pier. That is a long way to go. These guys swim all the way out and then come all the way back. There's their finish line. They then jump on their bikes and look at this course. So this is what caused a lot of the traffic delays the week that this happens in October. They start down here. They go all the way back through the airport, back around, and they come back. There are bikes everywhere. These guys are getting at it. A lot of fun to watch, but not so much to do traffic in. And then you got to watch out for the runners on Front Street Beach Road. They do a huge track down there, and it goes, I don't know how these guys do it, but it is absolutely insane to watch these guys go from Pier Park all the way down to the lagoon and then back again. So just be aware that causes a lot of traffic delays. And then in the last week of October, we have Bike Week, which all the Harleys come from all over the country. It's a great experience, but you always have to be observant of the bikers on the road. Luckily, the bikers do share the road, but it does cause quite a bit of congestion. So there you have it, folks. all the reasons why you should not move to the Emerald Coast. Now, I say these, but the truth is, we love it here. I hope you love it here. If you have any questions on the move, if you need somebody to show you around, we'd love to help out. Both my wife and I, Sarah, are realtors here, and we would love to show you our city. If you have any questions, please hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.